You are a woman with a story to tell. And I'm guessing that the older you get, the more urgent the call to write your story becomes. And there's a reason for this. Your story contains the emotional truth of your experience. And this truth, it's like the heart of your story. It's got a pulse and a soul of its own, and it wants to be seen and heard in your unique voice. And the older you get, the more truth comes knocking, because there comes a time in your life when there's more at stake if you don't tell your truth than if you do. And what's at stake is your voice. It's through your voice, which is the truth of who you are, that you show up as your truest, most beautiful and genuine self in this world. And the thing is that no one on this planet has ever had your voice and your experience. And you are the only one who's uniquely qualified, by virtue of being you, to tell your story. The question is, how do you write past silencing to tell the story that wants to be told? I'm Marilyn Bousquin, founder of Writing Women's Lives Academy, where I teach women who are done with silence how to free your voice, claim your truth, and write your memoir stories with confidence, craft, and consciousness. And it's this intersection of craft and consciousness that really distinguishes Craft Your Truth, Claim Your Voice from any other writing program that I'm aware of. Craft Your Truth, Claim Your Voice is a writing program that integrates the craft skills that are essential to writing memoir with the consciousness work, that inner work that's necessary to claim your truth and your voice from the cultural shame and silencing that still keeps so many women's stories untold. And this holistic approach to writing memoir, it takes your whole being into account, because the fact of the matter is that if you can master every craft move in the book, but if you haven't done that inner consciousness work that frees your voice and really reconnects you with your truest sense of self, craft skills and strategies will only get you so far. You see, every memoir story, whether it's a book-length memoir or an essay, at some point during the writing process, it asks more of you on an emotional level than you want to give. And that's because when you write memoir, even a short memoir essay, you're dealing with the deeper emotional truth of your experience. And bringing this truth to the page is bringing it to what I like to call the light of consciousness. It's part of the discovery process inherent in writing memoir. But consciousness, as we all know, can be messy and not always such a comfortable process because it changes us. And as Flannery O'Connor says in one of my favorite quotes of all times, human beings vigorously resist grace because grace changes us, and change is painful. And writing your truth opens you to grace because it changes you. When you write past silencing, which you'll do in this program, your relationship to the material you're writing about changes at some point during the writing process. The balance shifts so that instead of the material being in command of you, you become in command of your material. You begin to see your own life through new eyes. And this allows you to ultimately make sense of your life experiences on the page. Craft Your Truth, Claim Your Voice. It's as much about becoming present to your experiences as a female. It's as much about recovering your voice and your authentic self from silence as it is about mastering the elements of craft that will help you write compelling memoir. This program's not about quick fixes. It's not about being published overnight. It's about tapping into your deep, wise writing self. It's about discovering the truth beneath the surface of your story and ultimately crafting this truth into an artistic expression that speaks to others. And it's really about honesty, being honest with yourself as you fully claim the truth of who you are in your writing and in your life. And you do all of this within a warm, encouraging, supportive sisterhood of conscious women who are not afraid of truth. If this sounds like the writing program you've been looking for, if now is your time to claim your voice and your truth from silence, I would love to have you join us. You can check out the course description and registration page below. And if you have any questions, email me and I will get back to you. Much, much writing love.